Hello, I'm FlyLady Kat, and I'm here with a special gift for you, and that is a free Patreon video. This Patreon video is one of hundreds and hundreds that I have on my Patreon channel, A Better Life with FlyLady Kat at patreon.com. And on this video, you will see that we're talking more about how we think and implement the FlyLady system into your life rather than the specifics about the FlyLady system. So I call it a mini mentoring session, and it is $5 a month if you decide that you want to enroll at Patreon and become one of my patrons. $5 a month gives you 5 videos a week, week after week, month after month. If that's something that you love, please come over and enjoy these and be part of our special group. There are no advertisements on Patreon, so you'll be able to enjoy it end to end without interruption. If you feel that you'd like to have a little bit more mentoring, maybe some personal accountability or some help, you can get one personal mentoring session a month with me for $25. That is my tier 2. That's going to give you the 25-minute mentoring session and the videos all inclusive for $25 a month. If you need more help, you can get 2 mentoring sessions a month plus the videos for $50 a month. And if you want to go all the way and really help yourself establish some great habits and get into the flow of the FlyLady system, then I recommend that you go for 4 mentorings a month, which is $100 a month, including the free videos. These are all great systems for you. If you can't join Patreon, that's fine. Do your best on the FlyLady system here on this channel. I'm sure you can, but if you do need some help, please come over and see how you like it. That's it for today. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I hope you always remember to be beautiful, because you are beautiful. Enjoy the video. Hello, patrons. Today's title is I'll Get to That Later. Have you heard yourself say that before? I bet you have. I've said it. Let me give you an example. See if you see yourself in this. Oh my gosh, I'm in such a hurry. Let me just throw these clothes on the bed. I'll get to those later. And I'll get my clothes on and put my shoes on. Let me throw my other shoes over here. I'll get to that later. And go to this thing that I'm running late for. Or, oh my gosh, people are coming over. Let me get all this stuff off the counter and put it in this box and run it to the guest room and stick it in there. I'll get to that later. Or, it's time to do the weekly home blessing hour, but I'll get to that later. It's an excuse to put off the inevitable, or the unenviable thing that will happen is that your house will become more and more and more cluttered, and your insides become more and more and more cluttered, and you feel bad. And I don't want you to feel bad. I want you to have a better life. So let's stop doing this thing where we say, I'll get to that later. It's like a teenager. Oh, I'll get to that later. I'll do my homework later. I'll pick those clothes up later. Anything. We can do anything. I'll make a menu later. I'll budget. I'll balance the checking account later. I'll budget later. These are really important things as adults that we need to do to make sure that we have a better life, not just personally, but for our family. So our thing for this week is that we're going to stop saying, I'll get to that later, and we're going to start doing it immediately. Do it now. Here's why. If you do it now, it will take less time in the long run. Let's go back to the scenario of you're running late for something and you need to change clothes and shoes. So you rip off your t-shirt, you rip off your jeans, you sling them on the bed, you kick off your flip-flops, they're stuck on the floor, you go put on some cuter shoes and a nice outfit and touch up your lipstick, and you're out the door. When you come home at the end of the day, the last thing you want to do is put your flip-flops up, hang your jeans up, hang your t-shirt up, or even go take it to the laundry room. And a lot of times we will take things to the laundry room that really just needed to be hung up. It takes just a moment to hang it up. Just a moment. Just a moment to put the shoes in the closet originally. And you'll feel so much more together. The reason that you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off in the first place is because all of the stuff that you put off till later earlier that day that you had to do that put you late for this. You didn't go to bed on time last night. I'll get to that later. You didn't get up on time. I'll get to that later. I'll get up later. You didn't empty the dishwasher. I'll get to that later. You didn't correct your child. I'll get to that later. You didn't do any of the things that you wanted to do, and then at the last minute you're trying to get those things done so it looks halfway presentable, And you're running late because you always say, I'll get to that later. You may not say it out loud, but it's an attitude of I'll get to that later. So today, let's just change. Let's change. Let's stop saying I'll get to that later. Let's slow down just a beat. Just slow down a beat and force ourselves to do things we don't want to do in the beginning. So we're going to force ourselves to get out of bed when it's time to get out of bed and go do our morning routine. Because guess what? When you get out of bed and you do your morning routine, you're going to feel better. And then you're going to help your children go through their morning routine and they're going to feel better. You might be tired if you didn't get to bed on time last night, but it's okay because tonight you're going to get to bed on time and you're going to get a good night's sleep. Or even if you don't get a good night's sleep, maybe you have something preventing you from having a good night's sleep, at least you'll be resting in your bed instead of running around the house trying to do things on adrenaline that turn out not to be so great the first thing in the morning when you look at them anyway. Okay? So no more I'll get to that later. Get up and get dressed, do your morning routine, do your zone, do your basic weekly plan. Don't get to it later. Get to it now. And then you'll have the afternoon. Let's say you didn't sleep well. Now you've got the afternoon. You could take a nap. Or you could at least rest. You could play quietly with the children. Give them some attention. You're going to feel better because you're dressed and you look cute. It may not be anything fancy today. I'm wearing a gray t-shirt, black shorts, and black flip-flops. It's not fancy, but I feel cute in them because I picked them out. I don't know. There's something about appointing clothes for your day that makes you feel better about the clothes. It's like you picked that out. It wasn't a default purchase, a default choice out of the closet. It was an on-purpose choice that you set out specifically for today. So today I put my makeup on. I put on perfume. I put on earrings because this is what I want to wear today. Okay? So you're going to do the same thing. You're going to be on purpose about things, purposeful, mindful, doing the things that you were intended to do in the first place. Remember that feeling that we talk about? I talk about it often. That feeling that we have on the inside that we want to be a homemaker, that we want to be this peaceful person, that we don't want to be running around like a chicken with our head cut off. Well, this is one of the main things that we do that causes us to run around with like a chicken with our head cut off, whether we work outside the home or inside the home. Working outside the home, if you don't get up in the morning, you're going to be running late. You're going to be putting on your mascara at the red light. It's not a good, comfortable, or safe thing to do. Get up on time. Go to bed on time. Have a plan. But I'm not stealing time from you because you've got a big chunk of time in the middle of the day and you've got a chunk of time in the evening that you're going to enjoy with your family, with your husband, by yourself. Doesn't matter. It's time. So you have time. If you work, you have time. That chunk of time driving back and forth to the office, that chunk of time at lunch, those 2 breaks, those are your time. If you work inside the home, I pray that you're taking those times for yourself. You won't have a chunk of time driving back and forth, but you will have that same chunk of time to prepare your mind for work. So you won't be doing things in the house. You'll be preparing. You'll be listening to something lovely, just as if you were driving to work, listening to your book on tape or whatever, giving yourself a reward for getting up and going to work, and then work. And then when you come home, or if you are home, give yourself a little chunk of time, which would equal your driving time, to give yourself a little treat on the way home for working so hard, because you worked hard and you really wanted to be home, I think. Maybe not. I had ambivalent. I was both ways. I felt like I really wanted to work and I really wanted to be home. It was a mess. But I think that's very common. That inner core feeling of wanting to be a homemaker was always there. So take a few moments to hang your jeans up, to hang your t-shirt up, to put your flip-flops away, to dress with a little more care, to put on a little perfume, to put your lipstick on, to look sweeter, brush your hair. Calm down. When you're running around like Tasmanian devil, no one really wants to be around that kind of person. Okay? Calm down. Calm down. Take a breath and go. Now, if you're going to be late, you're going to be late. It's not worth risking your life in traffic rushing. Just be late. And vow to yourself that you won't do that to yourself again. Okay? All right. That's it for today. You're going to stop saying, I'm going to do that later, and you're going to do it now. It's going to make a big, big difference. All right. Have a wonderful day. And always remember to be beautiful because you are beautiful.